Here are 5 things you should know about the 2018 International Labour Conference Committee on Violence and Harassment in the World of Work. First of all, the ILO has embarked on a process geared towards the adoption of a possible new standard on violence and harassment in the world of work. These are meant to protect all workers, whatever their occupation and whether they work in the formal or informal economy or in urban or rural areas. Secondly, cases of sexual harassment against women have been making the headlines in the past months. They have shown that violence is endemic, that no single country, industry or organization is spared. It has made us realize what many women around the world have to endure to obtain or keep a job, to get their salary paid, to be promoted, or when commuting to work. But recent media attention on sexual harassment has also triggered questions such as, what can help make things better? What does it take to build violence and harassment-free workplaces? The task of this year's ILC committee is precisely to negotiate a guiding framework on how to prevent and address effectively violence and harassment at work. Third of all, why is it important to prevent and eliminate violence and harassment in the world of work? Because it is associated with huge costs for individuals, families, enterprises, and economies. It is a threat to the dignity, security, health, and well-being of everyone. It is incompatible with decent work. It generates productivity and profitability losses for enterprises and damages their reputation. It may discourage members of certain groups to enter and remain in the labor force or to engage in non-traditional occupations that may pay better. Fourth, representatives from the Ministries of Labour and Employers and Workers' Organizations this June will be called upon to also decide whether the new instrument or instruments should take the form of a convention, which is binding, or a recommendation, which is non-binding but provides more practical guidance, or both. The first discussion will be followed by a second and last discussion by the International Labour Conference in 2019, which would hopefully result in a new instrument or instruments. Finally, one of the challenges of the committee will be to ensure that the new instrument or instruments will meet the current needs of the world of work, but will also be flexible enough to respond to the new risks concerning violence and harassment that may stem from the ongoing profound changes in the organization of production and work. This is timely and groundbreaking. Never before has the ILO or any other international organization adopted a norm on violence and harassment in the world of work.